Hello, welcome to Movie Rewind. Today, I will show you the 2023 action thriller John Wick Chapter 4 Consequences. Watch out as this video contains spoilers. Enjoy! A man, the Bowery King, walks through the underground tunnels talking loudly. He reaches where the protagonist John Wick has been hiding while recuperating from his wounds after being fatally shot by his former friend and manager of the New York Continental Hotel, Winston. The Bowery King presents a bulletproof suit to John and asks if he is ready for war. The following day, he meets John in Morocco, where he catches up with the Elder, the one who sits above the table. A brief catch-up explanation. The High Table is made up of 12 crime organizations, and John had sworn fealty to them, but after killing one of them, the table ordered a 7 million hit on John and excommunicated him. Now he is after the Elder as he can lift open contracts and reverse excommunication statuses. Back to the movie, the Elder explains that John's ring, the one that marked his allegiance to the table, is gone, just like the Elder's predecessor. John kills the Elder, ignoring the Elder's words that another person will be appointed immediately to take his place. In retaliation, Marquis Vincent, a member of the High Table, summons Winston and his concierge. He explains that the table has given him unlimited resources to eliminate John. But first, he kills Winston's concierge and deconsecrates Winston's hotel as payback for not killing John when he had the chance. He also strips Winston of his managerial duties and excommunicates him. As Winston leaves, Marquis asks his second-in-command, Chidi, to bring him Kane. Kane is a blind, retired High Table assassin and John's old friend. Unfortunately, Marquis knows about Kane's daughter and threatens to kill her if Kane does not deliver John alive or dead. With the bounty on his head rising every minute, John seeks refuge at his buddy Shimazu's Osaka Continental. Shimazu's daughter Akira fears that this association might prove fatal for both of them, but her father calms her down. Shimazu and John catch up and discuss the recent news in the High Table. Chidi and the High Table assassins arrive in the hotel's lobby, suspecting Shimazu because of his friendship with John. Akira arranges a quiet evacuation before heading out to meet her father. She is shocked to see John, but quickly explains that the High Table is around. As expected, Chidi deconsecrates the hotel when Shimazu refuses to give up John, resulting in a melee. Shimazu sustains a bullet wound to his stomach. Meanwhile, Akira and John join the melee, doing much harm while Kane fights off assassins at another end. Eventually, John and Akira reunite with Shimazu, asking John to leave as he came. Unfortunately, John's exit is barred by Kane, resulting in yet another combat. Kane is about to defeat John when another person, Mr. Nobody, intervenes and gives John a chance to escape. Outside, Mr. Nobody helps John again and allows him to leave, claiming that the 20 million bounty on his head isn't worth his while for now. Shimazu and Akira meet Kane outside. He asks Shimazu for details regarding John's plans, but Shimazu attacks him. Kane reluctantly kills Shimazu, and when Akira moves to pick up a sword, Kane advises her against it if she wants to live. John boards a train where an injured Akira shows up. She blames her father's death on John and calls him out for destroying everything she called home. Winston seeks out the Bowery King in New York and asks to meet with John. The two meet up at Charon's gravesite. Since his plan with the Elder failed, John wants to kill all the 12 council members. Winston calls this move stupid as the High Table will replace as many people as needed while only one John exists. Instead, Winston explains that John can get his freedom if he challenges Marquis into a duel. This is a long-standing tradition, but John can only request a fight on behalf of a crime family. When asked what he can gain by the duel, Winston reveals that he wants to enact vengeance for all he has lost. Desperate for freedom, John travels to Berlin to seek re-acceptance to the Ruska Roma crime syndicate with whom he had severed ties earlier. John seeks his uncle and the head of the crime family, Piotr. His adoptive sister, Katia, quickly catches him and starts strangling him, blaming him for Piotr's death. Mr. Nobody meets Marquis elsewhere and demands 25 million to reveal John's whereabouts. However, Marquis stabs him with a knife and asks him to swear loyalty to him or die. Mr. Nobody chooses the former and quickly starts tracking John. Fortunately, John explains his plan to challenge the duel, and Katia agrees to back him if he kills Killer Harkin, a High Table member who had murdered Piotr. John allows himself to get beaten and presented to Killer as a peace offering from the Ruska Roma. However, John finds that Kane and Mr. Nobody have also shown up to claim the bounty. Killer proposes a poker game to decide who kills John, but he ends up cheating and ordering his assassins to eliminate everyone. Before Killer can escape, John cuts him in the neck. John fights off several assassins and follows Killer to a nightclub. A one-on-one battle ensues in which Killer overpowers John. John regains his footing and fights off several assassins before coming face to face with Killer. John kills Killer by throwing him over a ledge. He then presents a few of Killer's teeth to Katia as proof of death. The crime family accepts John, and the Ruska Roma agrees to back him. Following this, Winston seeks out Marquis and tells him of John's challenge. He volunteers as John's second and demands his managerial position and rebuilding of the New York Continental Hotel by the high table should John win. John and Winston meet in Paris to discuss the terms of the duel while being moderated by the high table's emissary, the Harbinger. The two agree to the challenge, with Marquis nominating Kane to fight on his behalf. The challenge will commence at sunrise the following day at Sacré-Cœur. Before leaving the two men, the Harbinger warns that anyone late for the challenge will be executed immediately. After the meeting, John meets Kane in church. He appreciates Kane's position and hopes things will eventually work out well for them. In his office, Marquis reveals to Chidi that he chose Kane to fight in his stead since Kane has something to lose while John doesn't. As a plan B, Marquis does not intend to let John reach the duel venue by sunrise. Marquis increases John's bounty to $26 million, and the news is broadcast to every assassin worldwide. Winston and the Bowery King hear the word as well. The Bowery King gives John a pistol and a suit and then ferries him to the place nearest to Sacré-Cœur. Before leaving, Winston wishes John the best, as his fate is tied with John's. John wants the men to write that he was a loving husband on his tombstone in case things go south. John is quickly sighted, and news of his whereabouts is broadcast. Soon, John finds himself surrounded by assassins. He fights off as many as possible and then escapes in a battered car. Chidi and his goons soon trace John's movements, resulting in a speedy chase. John is once more cornered and has to deal with Chidi. Mr. Nobody soon catches up with John and demands that Marquis raise the bounty to $40 million. Marquis is reluctant, but eventually agrees as he desperately wants John dead. John and Mr. Nobody fight for a while, but John gets the upper hand. Simultaneously, Chidi tries to ambush the two, but Nobody's dog attacks him. Chidi draws his gun to shoot the dog. At the same time, John aims at Mr. Nobody. Surprisingly, John shoots at Chidi, saving the dog and leaving Mr. Nobody unharmed. At the steps leading to Sacré-Cœur, minutes to sunrise, John is accosted by Chidi and his goons. Chidi pushes him down, wounding him severely, but Kane arrives and helps John fight off the assassins, and Mr. Nobody joins them as well. Kane and John wound Chidi, leaving Mr. Nobody and his dog to kill him. The duo reaches Sacré-Cœur in time. The five men share a drink and prepare for the challenge, whose fighting parameters are dueling pistols from 30 feet concurrently in 3. In the first round, both parties shoot each other in the arm. John sustains a bullet to the shoulder at 20 feet, while Kane gets one in the abdomen. At 10 feet, Kane fatally wounds John in the stomach, causing him to fall. Seizing the opportunity to deliver the mercy kill shot, Marquis swaps places with Kane and offers him his freedom. He wants to claim victory as the man who eliminated John, which will boost his reputation on the high table. He walks towards John, but Winston laughs at him. John seems to have never fired his third shot, so he quickly shoots Marquis in the head. From a distance, Mr. Nobody laughs at John's win. The Harbinger considers John the winner, so he agrees to the stated terms, giving John and Kane their freedom while reinstating Winston. John descends the steps of Sacré-Cœur and collapses while reminiscing about his married life before succumbing to his injuries. Sometime later, the Bowery King and Winston pay their respects at John's grave in New York. As he had requested, he is laid to rest next to his wife, and the words "loving husband" are engraved on his tombstone. In the post-credit scene, Kane goes to reunite with his daughter while a vengeful Akira approaches him wielding a knife. Do leave a comment telling us your favorite part of the movie. Hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell to avoid missing the next recap. Until next time, folks, take care and goodbye.